Hello, fellow weavers. So I've put together this little yoga class for us, especially really nice to do after a long session of weaving, or if you're just feeling a little stiff and need to loosen up a bit, do some stretching, just to kind of feel good after some weaving or some life. Today's session, we're going to be using props, and we're going to be avoiding the more intense poses like down dog that is not accessible to everybody. So I'm hoping that this practice is really accessible with some modifications for most of you out there. So we've got a strap. This is a yoga strap. You could use a belt, you could use a long piece of ribbon, it doesn't really matter. And if you don't have it, that's fine too. You can do everything we're going to do without props. The next prop is a towel, or this is a beach blanket or beach towel. Blanket would also work. Something foldable. We're going to be using this a bit as we go. And then a bolster. This is a yoga bolster, but really you could grab a cushion off your couch. It doesn't have to be exactly like this or this kind of shape, but something with some thickness to it and a little bit of softness. And then finally, and this is optional as well, is a chair. It could be your couch. It doesn't have to look like this at all, but it could be handy for you as well. So grab your props and I'll meet you on the mat. Let's get started. All right, so let's begin on the mat. Feet are hip distance apart, directly underneath us. So that means finding the front of your hip bones here, which are kind of in the center of your thighs. And just right straight down, coming down even to that second toe there. So it's like there's enough space for a third foot in between your feet. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's begin by rolling the shoulders up and back. Do it at your own speed, whatever feels good for you, whatever feels right. As you do this, you may notice you naturally inhale as your shoulders go up, and you naturally exhale as your shoulders drop back and down. Because we're making space in our rib cage, and then making less space as our shoulders come down. And let's reverse direction, back to front. You may notice the same thing. Breath goes in as your shoulders go up. Breath goes out as your shoulders come down. Your hands are just going along for the ride. Arms are relaxed. Good. Come back into a neutral position. Bring the chin towards the chest, bending the head forward. And then head goes back, but think about keeping it lifted. Think about the crown of the head reaching towards that back wall so your spine is nice and long, extended. You don't want any crunching in the back of the neck vertebrae here. Chin to chest again. And head back. Again, reaching back with the neck, keeping it long. And forward, chin to chest. And back. And forward, exhale. And back, inhale. Once more. Bring the head into a neutral position. Drop one ear towards the shoulder. And just allow yourself to just hang out there for a moment. Let everything kind of relax and get into position. Standing up nice and tall. And then ear towards the opposite shoulder. And back. And back again. I'm going to do this a couple of times. Just getting a gentle stretch in. It shouldn't feel like it's straining. Just be like a nice experience, a nice stretch. Last set. Good. Head comes back up to neutral. Go ahead and bend the knees, keeping the heels on the floor, knees going straight forward. Good. And then press into the ground with your feet, standing up nice and tall. Good. Let's do this again. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. I'm bending the knees and then pressing in. Now it's not just about standing up. Let's come back down again. Hang out here for a moment. And feel how your thighs are engaging, right? Your leg muscles are engaging here. And you're gonna press hard through your feet, slow. Let's go slow motion. So really slow, press, 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 like you've got a big giant weight on the top of your head, and up. Keep pressing, keep the muscle hugging towards the bone. Good, come down once more. All right. Belly button in towards the spine, so we're keeping a nice neutral torso here, right? We're not popping out here or tucked way under here. Just nice neutral. Press into the feet. Excellent. All right, now keeping that engagement with the thighs and the calves and the feet, we're going to energetically draw the thighs towards one another like you're trying to slide your feet towards each other, but they're not going to move. So let me turn and face you. So we're here, we've just come standing up. Energetically draw your thighs, draw your calves, draw your feet together, but the feet stay put, right? So now our legs are really engaged. Full activation here, full activation here. Feet are even active as well. Now what's happening up here? We're pretty relaxed. We're pretty relaxed. Engaged core here. Nice and tall, wide across the collarbones. Relaxed arms. Big breath into the belly. And let it go. Good. Relax the legs. Shake them out. We're going to take a slightly wider stance. Let's bring one arm up. This is my right arm. Other arm is down. And I'm just going to lean straight forward like somebody's pulling on my arm. I'm not going to go super far, right? I'm not down here. My arm's just going straight out. So straight out. Stretching the side body here. And then let's do the other side. Again, feeling connection to the earth with both feet. Good, back to the first side. And to the other side. Good, and come back to neutral. Now this is a spot where you may want a chair or the couch, or maybe just a wall. It's for balance and depending on your flexibility. So what this is gonna look like without any props is picking up the right leg and hugging it towards your chest. Now, if this is not a possibility and the balance of holding onto a wall or the couch or a chair near you is not happening, if you're like, I am not that flexible, come up to a chair, a sturdy chair or the couch, and press your foot up on here and get a bit of a stretch here. It's gonna stretch out this standing leg, the front of it. You can lean forward a little bit. But with weaving, we do so much sitting that it's really nice to be able to stretch out the front of that hip. Again, you can balance or not, your choice. Or you can have the leg up high. Foot can be flexed or pointed, your choice. And release. Good. You take the same foot, bring it back behind you. If you find you are not this flexible, that's okay. You've got some options here. So you can take the strap, make a loop, stick your foot in it, and hold it like this. If you're thinking, I don't have a strap or this still looks a little bit tricky, this is not doing it for me, this is again where a couch or a chair is going to come in really handy. And you're going to just drop that foot there. So hold on to something for balance if you need to. There's no shame in that. We're all in different places and every day is different. Some days I find I have great balance. Other days I find I'm all wobbly. All right, excellent. Bring that down and let's do the other leg. So that might look like pulling your knee up. Remember, use the chair, use the balance spot if that's what is working for you. Right, so the modification with the chair is here. Leg up on the chair. You can lean forward just a little bit if you like to stretch this out further. And then bring that foot down, and we'll come the other direction. And give it a really nice, good stretch. I find it's a little easier to balance if you gaze straight ahead and don't talk or gesture. That ups the difficulty level. Again, if you want to use the modification, use the strap or pop your foot up on the couch or the chair. Excellent. Bring your feet down. And let's take a step to the top of your mat here. Feet are, again, hip distance apart. We're going to take a big step back with the left leg and spin the toes out about 90 degrees. So if your heel were to draw a straight line back, you would be bisecting, cutting in half the arch of this back foot. Now your stance can be as big or as short, as wide or as short as you like it to be. Bend the front knee, knee over the ankle or behind it. You can adjust this to what feels right for you. It may look like this. It may look like this. Whichever way you want to go. Take a look that the knee is pointing the same direction as that second toe. Excellent. Bring the arms up out to the side, palms facing down. Gaze out over that front hand. Bring the navel in towards the spine again, keeping a nice strong core and neutral torso position. Warrior two. Hold this for a moment and just check that your knee isn't falling in or going way out. Just nice straight ahead. Hands at shoulder height or a little bit below. Deep breath in, let it go. Breathe into any tight spots in your body. This is a warming pose. The longer you hold it, the more it warms you up. Beautiful. Bring this front elbow down on top of the thigh. Bring the back arm up and over, making a diagonal line between the top hand and the foot in the back. If you've got shoulder issues or this is too much, you can always bring your hand down to the hip as well, or even come up like this. Just keep the hand back a little bit, not directly on the kneecap. There's too much stress on the knees that way. Good, and your next inhale, come back to warrior two. Drop the back hand, front hand up and over, arch back to reverse warrior. Don't forget about the bend in your knee. And inhale back to warrior two. Bring the arms down and take a step forward, back to the top of your mat. Shake it out. Feet hip distance apart again. Take the right foot back. Spin those toes 90 degrees out. Again, check that the heel will bisect that back arch. Bend the front knee. Hands up and out. Check that your front knee is pointing the same direction as your toes. If you need to make an adjustment, you can use your hands or just use your muscles. Sometimes it's nice to just press that knee into the right position. Sides of the rib cage back, so the torso is nice and neutral. Warrior two. And hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the front elbow, place it on the front thigh, back arm comes up and over, making a diagonal line from the hand to the back foot. And make sure with that back foot you're really pressing the whole foot into the mat, that you have a weight on both the inside of the foot and the outside of the foot a little bit. And your front foot also has its weight distributed. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Drop the back hand, front hand up and over, reverse warrior. Keep that front knee bent. If you need to come up out of it for a moment, that's okay. When you're ready, come back down. Make this practice work for you. And come back to warrior two. Arms come down. Big step forward, back to the top of the mat. Shake it out. All right, on your next inhale, sweep the arms up. Reach towards the ceiling. Really take a moment here and grow tall like a plant. Reach up towards the sunshine. Just feel the stretch down the fronts of the arm, the forearms, the upper arms, really all the way down your torso, the fronts of the legs. Reach, reach, reach. And on your next exhale, fold at the hips. Bring your hands down to the floor or to your legs, wherever you reach. Just pause here for a moment. Allow any tension to roll out of your back, roll down your spine, and either out the top of your head or maybe through your arms where they're connected, your hands to the mat. Knees can be bent or straight, your choice. As you stay here, you may notice your body relaxing a little bit more into the pose. You may be changing position a little bit. That's all right. That's what we're here for, is to allow things to release. Bring your hands up to your thighs and press up into a half lift. So it's going to look like slight bend in the knees, hands on thighs, back parallel to the floor, looking down at the floor, so the top of your head is pointed straight at the wall in front of you. Half lift. Fold at the hips again. And on your next inhale, sweep the arms up, strong legs. Hands come together up above you. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to do a couple of these sun salutations or partial sun salutations in time with the breath. So on your next inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up high. Exhale, fold, reach out, extend your hands as far as they go. Hands to the mat. Inhale, hands on thighs, half lift. Exhale, fold at the hips again. Hands come back down. Strong legs, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Palms together, gentle pressure together. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Really extend the spine. Exhale, fold, relax and round. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Reach towards the ceiling, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale and up. And fold. Half lift. Fold. Inhale and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Inhale one more time. Reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold at the hips. This time your hands are going to come all the way down to the mat. And take a step back, bring your knee down. Take another step back, bring your other knee down. We're coming into all fours. So knees are going to be directly under the hips and wrists are going to be directly under the shoulders. Feet straight out behind you. Very nice. Inhale, cow pose. So looking forward, allowing the back to arch, bringing the shoulder blades back just a little bit, allowing the heart to shine forward. On your next exhale, go to cat, Halloween cat. So pause here,
Press the hands into the mat, press across the knuckles, spread the fingers wide, middle fingers pointing forwards, lifting up through the wrists. As you focus on the back, you're pressing your back away from the hands, rounding the back, upper back, middle back, lower back, tucking the tailbone a bit, balancing on your knees, and then if you like, you can press the tops of your feet into the mat to take some of the pressure off your knees. You can also, if you like, this is a modification, grab that towel and put it underneath your knees if you're thinking, I do not like this. Okay, this is a modification. Come back to neutral. I'm going to show you one more modification. For the wrists, take that same towel, place the wrists up on it, fingers on the mat, but wrists up on the towel a little bit. That changes the angle that you're having between your flat hands and your forearms. All right, here we go. Let's do a series of cow and cat. Do it to your own breath. So inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Again, we're using the shape of the body to help with the breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And cow. Keeping a little bit of softness in the elbows. Massaging each vertebrae as we do this. This really helps with flexibility and staying limber. Massages each little disc in between the vertebrae. Let's do one more. And cow. And cat. Sit back for a moment on your feet. Shake out your hands. Good. Let's take a moment here. Bend the fingers back and then press the hands down the other direction. Other hand, fingers back and press them down in the other direction. Good. Shake them out for a moment. And then we're going to come back into all fours. Bringing the right foot back. So my toes are on the floor. My heel is facing that back wall. And I'm going to find where I want my foot to be. And kind of play with it. You want your hips level, parallel to the mat. And then you're going to rock back and press that heel towards the back wall, stretching out the back of your calf. And hold. This is like a softer version of down dog. So you're getting some of the same leg stretch. And it feels really nice if you've been sitting for a while. And then come back forward. Bring your knee back down, and let's do the other leg. So find where you'd like it to be. Press into the top of that other foot. That'll take the pressure off your knees. And then press that heel backwards, stretching out the calf. Now don't forget about your core here. Bringing that navel towards the spine will engage this core and protect your back from, swaying out. Good, bring the knee back underneath you. Sit back on your feet and take your hands alongside your legs, bring your hands towards your feet and rest your forehead on the mat. We're gonna come into a variation of child's pose. Now, if your forehead doesn't go down that far, you can use a block, you can use a bolster, you can use your fists. It's not quite as relaxing. And then another modification is to take your bolster and actually slide it between your knees. You have to widen your knees towards the edges of your mat. Sit on just the very end of it, just barely. Maybe take a block and then come forward, or put your fist there. Whatever you've got on hand, whatever selection of pillows, other things that you've got, and just allow yourself to sink into it. If you're finding this is still too bendy, one more option. Take a block, stick it under the end so your pillow comes up, and then come forward. You get even fancy if you have a second block. I didn't mention blocks because I wasn't really planning to use them. You can get creative with all of these things. Focus in on the breath for a moment. See what yours is feeling like right now. Soft. Ragged. Does it feel slow or fast? What is your breath doing right now? There's no right or wrong. It's whatever it is for you right now is just right. On your next inhale, come up. Remove any props that you've been using. And let's just bring our feet around in front of us. Come into a comfortable position. So this could be a comfortable cross-legged position, or you could take, we're having so much fun with props today, you could take your towel and sit on top of it, or you could do the same thing with your couch cushion. And when I like to sit on a prop, I sit on the very edge of it, so my knees and my hips are able to kind of fall off of it. Yeah, I get centered there. All right, let's bring the hands out in front of us and do wrist circles. Breathing in deeply to the belly, exhaling all the air out. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Reverse the circle. There's always one direction that feels totally normal and one that's like, this is just kind of weird. I think for me, this is the kind of weird one. And let's do figure eights. With the hands and reverse. Sitting up nice and tall again. All right, I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see me a little bit. So I've got my towel underneath me. I'm sitting right near the edge. I'm kind of rolling forward. Again, wherever your legs are is fine. But I'm gonna take my hands and place them on my knees and pull kind of back onto them so that my heart goes forward and my shoulders go back. So we're doing like a cat and cow here. But it's sitting. So just shining the heart forward, lengthening the torso, and then rounding backwards, just allowing everything to sink, allowing it to stretch, and then coming back forward. Soft face, soft eyes, and back. One more time. Coming forward, shining the heart forward, feeling broad across the collarbones, and back. Allowing your shoulders even to come forward here. Beautiful. Now you can keep this here if this is working for you. You don't need it at all. I kind of prefer this next one without, but that's just me. We're going to bring the feet around in front, straight legs, cross the right foot over the left. If this is too much, you can also just keep them side to side. Go ahead and cross. Sit up nice and tall. My left leg is extended. My right arm is going to go up and reach towards the ceiling. Feel your torso go nice and tall, long spine. Big inhales, tall, tall, tall. And as you exhale, place this hand down about 45 degrees behind your hips, right up near your body. Not way out here, right up near your body to keep that length towards the ceiling. Go ahead and bring your other arm up, left arm comes up. Bring your elbow down to the outside of your right leg.
Or go ahead and just grab that leg. And you're gonna allow your torso to twist to the right. Rotate around, just rotating off of that spine. So it's not about reaching far back or leaning back. It's keeping the torso upright, elevated, growing straight up. Neck is comfortable, head can be looking kind of off to the side. You don't get bonus points for cranking your head all the way around to the back. In fact, it's probably better if you don't. Keep a little bit of softness in that neck. This is a shoulders to tailbone twist. Good, and release. Uncross your legs. Straighten the right leg, bend the left. You can do the bend from here, or you can cross that foot. Again, sit up nice and tall. Right arm is gonna come up. Oh no, sorry. Left arm is gonna come up first. Reach up high, and then exhale, bring it down. Again, 45 degrees or so behind your hip, right up near it. Not out here, right up near it. Good, now the right arm's gonna come up, reach up high, bring that elbow down to the outside of this bent leg. Nice and tall, elongated spine. Don't forget about these feet down here. So flex, bring them towards you, keep that leg energized and alive. And this foot that's bent, that's on the bent leg, pressing into both the big toe side as well. So it's fully connected to the mat. Again, modification, you can just grab this arm wherever your body turns to. It might look like this for you, that's okay. You'll still get the same benefits. It's whatever shapes your body makes. Big breath in, grow a little taller, and exhale, twist just a little bit deeper. Good, unwind, uncross your legs. We're gonna bring the feet towards each other, soles of the feet together. Again, you can still be on your towel or your cushion. Go ahead and grab onto the ankles or your shins, wherever you reach. And we're gonna bring the torso in little circles. So I'm keeping the spine fairly long here, fairly straight. I'm thinking more about bringing my torso down rather than my head. So if I were to bring my head down, it would look like this. So I wanna keep it long and keep the heart shining straight ahead. Lots of lovely little circles. Again, your own speed, whatever feels good to you right now. And reverse direction. This is one of those motions where we can connect the breath as well. So as you come back, as you sit upright, that's inhale. And as you come down, that's exhale. And again, finding the speed that works for you and your breath right now is great. And if you don't find it and just go around in circles, that's good too. All right, coming back to neutral. Sitting up, bringing the knees together. We're gonna go ahead and lie back on your mat. Knees up. Bring the knees towards your chest and pull them as close to your torso as you can. Just relax fully here. Relax your back, press your back into the mat. Roll side to side just a little bit if you like. Give yourself a tiny back massage using the weight of your body, the weight of your legs to press those back muscles into the mat. Extend the legs, straighten them out completely so you're lying. No, don't lie flat, I take it back. Keep your knees up a bit, spread your arms out in a T shape. All right, now we're gonna drop those knees over to the right side. Look out over the left hand. Big breath in all the way deep into the belly. Exhale, allow the twist to just help you expel all that air out, belly and chest. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Knees will not touch the ground, that's okay. However far down they go is good. This is a twist where gravity is doing all the work. Allow yourself to relax into it. On your next inhale, bring the knees up. Let them drop over to the left side. Look out over the right hand. Take a deep breath in all the way to the belly. And then exhale all of that air out. Allow any stresses, any tension to roll off your muscles and melt into the mat. Relax your eyes, relax your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw, your chest, your arms, your torso, your legs. On your next inhale, bring the knees up, straighten your legs out all the way. Bring your arms down along the side of your body, palms up, thumb and forefinger touching. Let your feet flop open to the side. Walk your shoulder blades just a little bit underneath you towards one another. So you feel broad across the collarbones, heart shining up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Allow the outer shell of your body to soften, to just melt into the ground. Now you are welcome to stay here for as long as you like in Shavasana. That's a minute of silence, 5 minutes of silence, whatever works for you. Or you can exit the pose in just a moment with me. Let's just take one more deep breath in all the way to the belly. Really puff the belly up like it's trying to reach the ceiling as you inhale. And then exhale, draw that belly in, expelling all the air out of your nostrils or your mouth, your choice. When you're ready, bend your knees, roll over onto the right side of your body, and press yourself up into a comfortable seated position that may be cross-legged or otherwise. Bringing the hands together in front of the heart, dipping the chin slightly. Deep breath in and let it go. I want to thank you for joining me today in yoga, doing a little stretching, taking care of yourself. It's hard to take that break sometimes, to set things aside, to get on your mat, to stretch and move, but it's so important for our health to connect to the physical self, your mental self, and your spiritual self. And yoga is such a beautiful way to make that connection. So give yourself a pat on the back for showing up today and for joining me in this practice. I want to wish you a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste.